Right, hello there everybody, and welcome to the TPM Cup. We're here with another stream. This time very shortly announced, but that game, I almost forgot about myself. But we have a very important game in our hands right now. Tiki taking on Snazzy, and this is the Swiss stage round 4 game. The winner of which will proceed to the semi-final of the cup straight away. The loser will still have to play more games, so everything is still possible here, but optimal, of course, would be for both of these sides to get that straight ticket and move forward to the semi-final. But talking about these two teams right now, of course, we've seen very wide range of results from both sides. But Tiki has been very consistent right now. Out of all teams, they've won everything so far, and with very big goal differences as well. If we take a look at their results, then for example, one aggregate was 17-4 against Not a Crew, which is definitely very big. Not a Crew as well. They've been playing a bit more defensively, so Tiki they scored 15 against New Factor as well altogether. There was some nervousness there, but still, final game was fully for Tiki 7-4, and they also got a bye round, of course, because they've been really good on a very good streak and a positive streak. So it's it is definitely interesting to see this, team which is mostly consisting of former Rogue players, but also, mix of endgame players. Everybody who's played, for example, in Power 7. Also the French players who have played in different teams, but they've been doing very well for Tiki so far, blending in and helping the team build up. Right now, we will be switching over to the field as well. And looks like right now it's not to be seen. Don't worry. Yep, here it is. I have some bit of an issue with it. We'll go back to the studio right now. But if we're talking about the main squads as well, Tiki does have plenty of key players available here. McKeon is online, of course. There is Irving Drizzy Cappy, who's been a great addition. He was a very secure player in endgame, and Rogue family, of course, as well. So everything pretty much the usual and what's to be expected from them. Snazzy's lining up with Mr. Mirazu. Mumik is right now here, Stemrick and Oji, which makes a suggestion at least that they probably won't be in their full lineup, and they will have a few players missing. Most notably, of course, we won't be seeing Shuidas here. We won't be seeing Ibanez right now. Matt, for example. So they do have a lot of key players missing, and with pretty much a secondary lineup, I can see them having a lot of difficulty with Tiki of course. Let's see if the end game is fixed. It's been problematic right now. And yep, here it is. I'm gonna be switching over to the field now. So you can see the lineups forming as well. Tridos is here, and looks like Tiki as well have kept the right for a human goalkeeper. So it's going to be interesting, but no, instead, nothing. No human goalkeepers will be right now inside, which makes me think that maybe Tiki has banded after all. Even though they do have these players available, of course, they do have, for example, Cappy, who can be a very good goalkeeper. He mostly played goalkeeper for endgame and even for Rogue when Riku was not available. Right now, Snazzy is still making substitutions. Miraz, Stemrick, Oji, and Druidos right now forming the starting lineup. We Do see some players on the bench, but looks like Snazzy doesn't have a very wide selection to choose from tonight. It's going to be Mr. Joining the field. Just for a second as well, we're going to be switching back to the studio, and then we should be starting with the game. And there we are. Yeah, like I said already, this game is of high importance, of course. And without human goalkeepers, it most likely will be Tiki Tackle's game much more. Just looking at these basic lineups, Tiki Tackle, of course, they will go for that possession, considering they have these kind of players to hold the ball, dribble well. Irvin Drizzy, definitely the likes of those. McKeon, of course, we all know, and not going with a strong foot this time around, so might be sparing Snazzy a little bit, but still a very formidable attacker. He is. Should be starting quite soon as well, actually. Talking about these lineups, I'm a bit surprised that Facebalm is starting on the bench right now. He won't be playing. Maybe it will be his own wish here, as it's hard to predict Tiki Tackle's exact first lineup. I would guess that it's going to be Marek in defense, but with who is the question. Irvin Drizzy, Cappy, McKeon, quite defensive players when playing on the field. And that might be something Snazzy could abuse. Maybe Tiki Tackle's extreme aggression, which was used against Endgame as well. The likes of JP Drizzy playing there as well. And Snazzy here definitely looking to strike hard. I mean, I was thinking that Mumik will be in the starting lineup, but looks like he won't be starting there. Instead, it is Mr. And defense probably will be Stemrik and Shuidos. Miraz probably in attack, the role he has taken on very efficiently so, and played already in several top teams. Now he's in Snazzy's, and he's one of these players who has fully transitioned from starting as a goalkeeper and then going over to become a very dangerous attacker. Still have two players to ready up here, and as you can see, there's not a lot of options right now. Or either side really to make substitutions. Just Facebalm for Tiki Tackle. We've seen disconnection issues in a couple of games, but hopefully they don't strike this time around. Also, if you maybe just joining us, maybe you were watching the World Cup, Ecuador won TAR 2-0 as well. That just kicked off. TPM had its own Nations Cup right now, cancelled this year, but we're hoping to find a way to still organize this. Shuida's just left to ready up, and then we should be good to go. Talking about this, then goal difference, of course, speaks very much in the favor of Tiki Tackle as well. It's 33-13 for them, and Snazzy's 19-10. So goal difference is absolutely massive for Tiki Tackle. Only one who has better goal difference, of course, is Galatasaray, because of their absolutely crazy scoreline against Dinamo Bucuresti. And we haven't really seen Dinamo Bucuresti since in the tournament, and it's probably just going to be by rounds for anyone who's going to meet them. I mean, they are now out of the tournament anyways, and there's no way to play them. Just like how one team from this pairing escapes from further games and gets to the semi-finals straight away. Because there's still other strong teams competing for the other semi-final spot. And overall, of course, we do have Galatasaray, Victoria, no factory, not a crew right now on 2-1 bracket. By wins losses, Galatasaray and Victoria should be playing at the same time. Later on, we'll see no factory face off against not a crew, and then Kiak and Special Forces will be the play-out game. Whoever loses that one is going to be eliminated from the cup. But here we are kicking this game off, and Free already signaled that it should be started, but looks like Tiki are making some changes now, perhaps, and no, it was just to buy some time. Apparently Juidos was having issues, so here we are now, Tiki kicking off the first game, their home game, and looks like the goalkeeper is banned after all, McKeon. Already a very nice path through, searching for Irvin, finds Irvin, but didn't really find a shot right there. McKeon's shot was also quite weak, just hits the defenders. Trying to find a cross in, Marazo. Oji misses the ball, could have been a counter-attack opportunity. Maraz, Oji. Snazzy already extending the pitch on the wings. Juidos. Long ball over the top, Mister does bring it down. Drizzy. Can he cover him enough? Mister throws it back into the center. Juidos tries to volley it, but gets blocked right away. Oji back to Juidos. Juidos takes his time, moves forward with the ball, plays past Irvin. Actually, nice opening. Marazo can't really shoot from this position. Gets probably body blocked by at least one defender there. Tough situation. He was surrounded by 3 players, but great opportunities there from Snazzy so far. They've definitely managed to get attacks going, and you can see that even though they have some maybe some key players missing, it's still Tiki not very convincing right now in defense. Marek and Cappy looking to maybe be the defenders this time around. Cappy's there and gets too slotted away too easily, just too easily here. Left unmarked, and that's all that's needed. McKeon took away so much of Snazzy's attention that there is the goal opener of this pair. This ball doesn't go anywhere. Cappy picks it up. Mirazo still trying to apply some pressure. Oji. Juidos. Nice tackle on Marek. That's a clean one, but nothing to follow up on it. Long ball in. Good clearance there from Juidos. See some slower passing from Snazzy's side as well, trying to build up with slow passes just as they usually do. Short passes, that's all what you need. You could unlock Tiki with their own strategy. Why not? Juidos, Mirazo, maybe trying to extend to Mister. That was a good pass, doesn't get into the field of vision of the goalkeeper either, but the pass back inside or at the rough side of the box gets intercepted, so now it's Tiki playing their own possession game. Irvin doesn't latch onto the ball early enough. Juidos playing as the anchor man today. Might be working out. Stemrick extends it to Oji. Maraz trying to get into the center to maybe make himself available to a cross. He's pretty good in air, we know that. Maraz tries his luck from distance and it's nicely curled around the goalkeeper. It's 1-1 right now. Marazu equals the game for Snazzy, and now it's Cappy running up the field trying to make something himself here. Rizzy. Nice dribbling. Gets space around Mister once again. Irvin there. Tries a shot himself, but that was just a lob and goes around the post as well. Juidos. Maraz. Back to Juidos. Trying to maybe find someone opening up. Audrey was a little bit unmarked there. Irvin is covering him, but you can see the Tiki they are sometimes losing their focus on all these players. Drizzy over to Cappy. Cappy onto McKeon. McKeon tries to find the wing. Drizzy was free and picks up the ball, but Mister clears it. It's a throw in for Tiki Drizzy. Nice long throw. Irvin is found. Cappy is quite free. McKeon so as well. Cappy goes for the shot and just somehow pulls a magnificent shot out of this hat and puts Tiki 2-1 up, and definitely leaves Snazzy a little bit stunned here. Probably the defenders weren't expecting for him to take that shot himself, as McKeon was trying to find space forward, but Cappy excellently finished that attack. Stemrick Goes to Juidos. Very short passes from Snazzy's side. Very patient play. Juidos trying to find Miraz opening up. Kind of locks up in there. Juidos close to losing the ball, but Mr. Zero on the wing. Back to Juidos it goes. Mirazo trying to get inside. Mara cuts it away. Stemrick is left back as the sole defender right now. Juidos now joining him. Tiki tackle. Taking their time, but no, that's a good ball from Irvin. Might be too long, but no. It stops nicely before the line. Drizzy puts a long ball in. McKeon is there. And 3-1 for Tiki tackle now is the scoreline. One good cross, and McKeon with the header. It's tough, Snazzy. They need more players at the back, but once again, you know, they're trying to play their proper attacks out. They're trying to unravel these attacks, but now, once again, miscommunication. Two players at the same position, and neither were close to winning the header. Lucky that it evades Irvin as well, though. Irvin tries to find another someone again with a long ball, but not connecting. Mirazo. Tiki-Taka's line is just so united, it's hard to pierce it. Marek is there, picks up the ball. They're trying to pressure him, but they can open... Tiki-Taka can open up the play again. Maybe with a long throw, and that's exactly what they're going for. But there is Mr. and Juidos together. Mirazo tries to cut inside. There is the shot, and it hits the crossbar. And just the upper left corner gets dinked, and that was a very, very vital shot to finish, actually. Considering it's already the 41st minute as well. Tiki tackle, spending more time on the ball. They have a 2-goal lead. It's pretty good. Even if this was supposed to go into a third game, you know, you'd like to build up that goal difference first. Drizzy was played into an offside position. Good high line this time from Snazzy's side. Irwin goes to track that ball back. Cap is free on the other side, but no, Irvin will search out McKeon. Has to keep that ball inside. Stemrick and Oji pressing him, but McKeon still beats both of them to the ball. Throws that ball inside. Drizzy's there. And tries to center the ball, but Juidos, his legs just right in there, and that's going to be the halftime whistle. 3-1, Tiki tackle in the lead. The score makes it look a bit more dramatic than it actually is. Snazzy has played well. Started attacks themselves, haven't finished every one of them in a good manner, but definitely still having an opportunity. McKeon easily robs the ball off Juidos. Cabby at the back now. Marek. Triz is opening up, but no, Mister's now covering him. Marek tries to progress himself. They find Irwin with a nice through pass. Irwin has to bring the ball back a little bit. And now, once again, exchanging these direct balls, but this time Irwin was closed down. Stemrick advancing himself and spends way too long on the ball. Drizzy opens up Irwin on the other wing now, and opportunity to cross again. Drizzy trying to sneak his way into the back post. McKeon tries to get his way through all these players. Quite a raffle in there. Long ball through, but there's only tiki-tackle players waiting to pick it up. Cabby trying to go for another goal, but he's not really working right now. Cabby on the road for a hat-trick, in fact, but there is McKeon instead. Slots it away from a very difficult position, actually. Goalkeeper almost had it covered, but it still creeps in. 4-1 now, and Tiki tackle very surely in the lead. Maybe can think more about the second game now. Mr. Long ball over the top. Oji's there, but the header isn't clean enough, and Snazzy can't waste any more of these opportunities. Abby, Marek over to McKeon. McKeon wins it. Stemrick was close, but McKeon has it covered. Shields the ball. Marek. You can see as well, Tiki tackle going with the same attacking strategy, just trying to pierce the line. Irvin as well trying to make a run. This time searching for Drizzy. He was very close, and Mister has to block that into a corner kick. Drizzy takes it immediately. McKeon is there, but it goes a bit too narrow. I think it was a bit too far ahead of McKeon, and he couldn't latch onto the ball there. Cabby commits a foul, stopping Snazzy's potential counter attack, and just enough to, you know, waste some time as well, getting that ball back into their possession. Snazzy can't find Mister as well with these balls. Marek will pass over. Oji wins it. Needs to get the ball over to Mirazo. The ball is too high, however. Cappy, Drizzy dancing a bit around the ball. Still plenty of open space for Tiki Tackle. Even if Snazzy brings all their players back, Mirazu this time nicely wins it, but gives it back straight over to Drizzy. McKeon might beat Mr. to it, but Mr. does a nice job blocking McKeon with his body, just shoving him aside. Tweedos finding Mirazu. Mr. They need to combine more of these passes, but Marek was already low and got that ball back. McKeon on the counter now, gets to maybe slowly to Irvin. No, very important tackle there from Mr. taking him down. McKeon misses the target. Almost immediate free kick. And there's Irvin. You can see as well that Snazzy a bit losing their focus. McKeon apparently is lagging out, and it's still the 68th minute, so the play should be stopped right now, but we'll see what's going to happen. Of course, there is still facepalm to take from the bench, so they have an opportunity to make substitutions if needed. It's going to be a little bit of an extended break right now. But facepalm is still available on the bench, so Tiki Tackle maybe could bring him into the game if McKeon has longer lasting problems to do, possibly with the internet. Of course, they have about 5 minutes, maybe a bit more if Snazzy is merciful, but it's the first game anyways, and it's almost over, at least in game time. Talking about the other games as well right now, Special Forces and Kiak are already playing, and Kiak is leading that game 3-0 currently, which is definitely a very, very bad sign for Special Forces, and as they are just an inch away from being knocked out of the cup right now. But we do see McKeon return, so the play is resumed in this game. Cappy sprinting and sprinting, but there's going to be goalkeeper's ball anyways, but they can restart it nicely. Cappy gathers it. Irvin back to Cappy. Tiki Tackle taking it slow. Maybe looking to switch the wing. No, Cappy was locked in on the movement. Still right clicks it back to Irvin. Tiki Tackle taking just eons of time right now. Marek finds his way through 2 players actually and goes forward himself. Nicely done by Marek. Still running. Tries to beat Tweetus as well. That doesn't work out, however. Maybe got a little bit too wasteful. Mirazu. A long ball right through, but no, Cappy's there to intercept. It's going to be Stemrik to cut this pass short and stop Tiki Tackle's possible attack. Drizzy brings that ball down. Mr. has been so far quite closed down from Snazzy's side. Hasn't really had a lot to say in this game. RJ picks up the ball. Charging forward. Tiki Tackle can take fouls as well, of course. It's quite late into the game, and if you need to, you can just stop that attack, leave one player behind, take that 2 to 4 points, and everything's good again. Stemrik trying to push McKeon off. It's really hard. McKeon already evades Stemrik. Mr. trying to stop him as well. McKeon just twisting and turning around. Mirazu as well can't really dispossess Marek efficiently. Marek tries to throw a very short lob in, but McKeon didn't read this. Miscommunication here. Mirazu is a 3-on-1 attack, and Snazzy just need to finish this one now. Perfect opportunity to get at least one back, but no, the ball goes wide. It was more aimed at Mirazu, I'm guessing, but he was just not that far up forward. Now Tiki Tackle have their players inside the box as well. Mr. tries to find someone, puts it, well, back to Mirazu, but it never finds Mirazu. McKeon sprinting up. Nice ball, but Stemmer cuts it away with a diving header. 4-1 is still the scoreline, and well, the game's going to be over in just a couple of minutes. Mirazu opens it up nicely to Mr., but Drizzy has been covering him well the whole game, and that's going to be continuing on so as well. Another ball through McKeon, maybe even fancies a shot from this position. We have seen him score from there. Cappy, his effort gets blocked. Good job there from Oggy. Off the line, Drizzy, they still have an opportunity to attack even though it's overtime. Tiki Tackle still marching on. Drizzy tries to go for the style, and he does it. He somehow gets through all these players, all that whole crowd of players, just Snazzy's defenders and including his own teammates, definitely. 5-1 is the first game. Tiki tackle, sure win against Snazzy's, and we'll see how it's going to be the return fixture. Right, we're here with the second game being made right now. And we can talk about the other current scores as well. Kiak has doubled their lead apparently, and it's just the first game in their series. It's 6-0 for Kiak right now, so they're definitely cruising for victory. Interesting to see Paskid as well playing well against his former side. And, currently, New Factor and Not a Crew game is also being played. This is 3-1 in the favor of New Factory. Looks like Tiki Tackle are missing quite a couple of players. Hopefully they will return, because I definitely wouldn't want to forfeit future games after a pretty dominant first one. We're still waiting for the players to gather. Tiki Tackle still having 3 players missing apparently, and some of them have logged out as well. So we had usually we had trouble so far this season with the third game, so the deciders, because the Swiss stage games are best of 3s, but it's been trouble usually trying to get enough people to stay for the third games. This happened between New Factory and Victoria, and a few other games, but right now it's trouble here finding their last game's 5 players, and looks like at least one player is being substituted, and Erwin, who has left the fray, will be replaced by Facepalm then. And I feel like that substitution will make the job for Snazzy's even more difficult. Facepalm, of course, a very versatile player as well himself, so could help out Tiki Tackle on any position needed. Could very well defend with Marek this game, which I might even be expecting here. Snazzy seems to be going with that same lineup they had, whereas Augie, Doritos, Stemrick, and Mr. We can update the scores of the past games then so far as the players are still warming up here. New Factory are leading 7-2 against Not a Crew, so the gap has been expanding there, and looks like Not a Crew having troubles catching up to New Factory. Meanwhile, Kiank and Special Forces are moving into their second game, and the first one was Kiak's 8-0 victory against Special Forces, so that was absolutely dominant. No human goalkeepers were used in that game, and looks like the same is going on in New Factory and Not a Crew standoff. It's highly unlikely that we're going to see a goalkeeper here as well. And Snazzy's probably not finding very important. New Factory has extended their lead even further against Not a Crew, and Levisan is actually playing as a goalkeeper there right now. And they're lining up with Drost, Kyrie Irving, Polter, Kiro, so pretty much the standard lineup for them. Kyrie Irving as well. Not a Crew going with Radovchins, Milzo, Elmten, and John Jay. So very different lineup from what we saw against Napoli, for example, from where Not a Crew took quite certain victories, which were definitely very important for them moving forward as well, because they've put themselves into the better bracket right now, and even if they lose this one, they still have a good option too. Well, they are going to progress then probably anyways. But here we are kicking off the second game in Snazzy's Tiki Tackle round 4 game for qualification to the semi-final. Stemrick here already trying his luck against McKeon. Can't be too confident. Tweedos, nice ball over the top. Mr. does get to it. Mr. maybe tries to cut inside a little bit here just to win some space. Trizzy's marking him heavily. Tweedos as well outside the box to maybe get a shooting position himself. Tweedos, great tackle, but Mr.'s shot was definitely subpar and does not challenge Tiki Tackle. Instead, they are on the attack now. McKeon launches a backspin ball over the top, and there is Drizzy's very simple finish to answer it. Tiki tackle 1-0, taking the lead on the 5th minute already. Tweedos. Miraz tries to change the direction of the ball, does so, but doesn't win it. Tiki tackle, however, missing a pass, rare occurrence. Snazzy get a throw in. Miraz is there. Tweedos trying to advance a little bit, but he's being marked so heavily. No way to shake yourself through 3 players. Drizzy kicks that into a corner kick. You can probably guess from the reaction it wasn't his goal. Miraz tried to get the header, but in the end got blocked. Stemrick once again left behind to stop a 1-on-2 attack, and these are really deadly. But instead of Stemrick, here's Miraz to intercept the pass in, and now Snazzy on an attack of their own. Tweedos over to Miraz, but that ball was just a bit too long. Oji was already waiting at the back post inside the box. Could have been something for Snazzy's error, but not enough. Oji, Cappy. Ooh, looks like no offside, but Mister takes no chances. A rough tackle in, but a clean one. And that's gonna diffuse the pressure a little bit right now. Marek. Drizzy on the wing, Mister's covering him, but the ball still goes through. Mister tries his best to cover Drizzy. It's probably going to be a crossing location, but it's going to be a short corner kick instead. Face palm to Marek. Over to Drizzy, just sending these balls back and forth. Miraz, Mister Juidos also rounding Cappy, but in the end Cappy does well to win the foul there and just resume play from Tiki tackle side. Stemrick gets there first over McKeon, but McKeon doesn't stop there yet. Still tries to make a challenge for the ball. Miraz, Juidos, Mister nice progression up the field now from Snazzy's. Stemrick, bit of a bad pass, but Oji is there to receive it. Juidos, nice lob over the top. Mirazu could cause something here. Cappy to the goalkeeper. Mirazu reacted really well to the goalkeeper pass, but that wasn't strong enough. Goalkeeper recovered fast enough and grabbed that ball for himself. So Snazzy still sitting on that 0. Marek tries to find his way through, instead just moves forward, and an ambitious attempt, but McKeon wasn't that far forward. Definitely what Tiki Tackle is always hoping for, these underlaps and one player moving out, getting these direct passes back inside, switching these positions again and again. Mister tries to wriggle his way through, gets actually past Drizzy, and they're trying to find Juidos instead, who was in a good shooting position. Oji tries his luck from distance, but it goes wide. Cappy, McKeon, Tiki Tackle, playing it out of defense. Facepalm trying to progress. Takes a step back. Drizzy pressing his way through, but Juidos is there. He's being pressed by 2. Takes a stop and gets rid of the pressure, but Mister loses the ball all too easily. Can't waste that many attacking opportunities, Snazzy. Marek. Ball travels along. Miraz. Mister. Snazzy on the counter. But they're bringing these players back. Mister with the ball, very similar to Tiki Tackle, but there was McKeon and Juidos couldn't win it. Juidos trying to stop McKeon from moving upwards. Miraz is there as well. He's done a good job, to be honest, just reading these plays, sometimes getting his tackles on. But face palm, we know these angles are his favorite, and he gets a goal right from there. 2-0 for Tiki Tackle. McKeon, no foul there, says the referee. Stemrick, just to be sure, tackles it to Mister before taking it under control, but they're going to lose the ball second time anyways, and McKeon's causing a world of trouble right now for Snazzy's. Mister, unsure ball through, but Facepalm still fighting for it. Juidos secures it. Oji over to Juidos. Mister and Mirazu sprinting into the box. This could be something. Mirazu picks it up here, tries to get rid of the players, but it was just a sliver off target there. Maybe could have even won more time to take a more accurate shot. Stemrick has left the game right now, so I wonder, it should be stopped, but he's rejoining, so it's probably an indication of connection issues, which we saw from the icon as well. Long ball over the top, which perfectly pines McKeon, and it's gonna be another goal. No point in taking a red card there. Juidos knows that, and it's going to be a 3-0 dry lead for Tiki Tackle. This game has probably been way more one-sided actually than the first one, where we saw Snazzy having plenty of good opportunities, at least in the first half. Juidos over, tries to find Miraz. They are very late with the tackles. Stemrick against McKeon, but the referee saves them as he brings the play back into Tiki Tackle's half, and there goes the whistle as well. We're gonna be switching sides, and Tiki Tackle still 3-0 in the lead. It's the reverse fixture of Kiak Special Forces, I think, is in for 30 minutes right now, and it is 0-0 there currently. So surprisingly quiet compared to the first game that was 8-0 for Kiak. Facepalm wins the ball somehow, tries to extend it towards someone. The players were a bit late though. McKeon was rushing in. Nothing to claim. Audrey trying to beat Cappy, maybe getting the ball through. Juidos is there, gets rid of one player, but doesn't go for the shot himself. Rather wants to find Marazzo, and was probably the wrong option there. Stemrick once again having trouble with McKeon. He is a slippy fish, and that long switch of play goes out as well. Snazzy, well, it's the perfect time to start scoring goals, or otherwise they're just gonna be losing this series. Mister goes for a shot himself. Wasn't a bad effort, had the power, but not the accuracy behind it. Facepalm, Marek. Facepalm again, Marek, pretty much a wall play there. And Drizzy opened up nicely on the wing. Mister trying to shut down his space just a little bit. Drizzy in, but McKeon doesn't strike it. Stemrick wins it and needs to start an attack fast. Not a lot of time left. Juidos was close to missing the ball as well. McKeon takes him down with a foul. No card yet. Stemrick. Juidos over the top to Mister. Mister being chased by Drizzy, could be taken out with a foul. Not anymore. He's inside the box. Mister back to Juidos. Juidos trying to find Mister again, but it's really difficult. They are trying to replicate these passes Tiki Tackle do, but Tiki Tackle just have so many more players around everyone. They seemingly switch the zone play so well. Facepalm, very good cross actually, but McKeon just wasn't at the right location for it. Juidos can open up Marazzo. Audrey's in the center, but there's a lot of players trying to intercept it. Cabby decides not to let him progress any longer. Marazzo tries to triple through. It's a difficult task. Long ball inside. Audrey misses it just a bit too high for him there. Facepalm. Nice clean throw over to McKeon. That Stoke City kind of throw. Audrey kicks it out. It's going to be Tiki Tackle's throw in. McKeon brings it to himself. Maybe goes for a shot. No, he's being pressed out of the box by Stemrick. Here's McKeon again, but can't shoot. Facepalm. Being pressured, Marazzo wins the ball. Tries to get rid of Cappy in a very unconventional manner. He does, but it is going to be a throw in for Snazzies. Marazzo. Audrey's free. Could play it short here. Juidos as well in the central area, but already outside of the box. Tiki Tackle so efficiently just press Snazzy outside of their own area and leave that zonal defense present. Juidos' attempt as well wasn't bothering the goal nor the goalkeeper. Marazzo, Mister's opening up nicely. He could try himself from here, but Marazzo's just not close enough. Not close enough to strike it. Marek, Cappy, Facepalm. Over to Cappy. Cappy finding Facepalm, who tries to make a first touch to himself and just keep on running, but Snazzy says no to that. Miraz, good ball through. Mister can make shoulder contact with Drizzy, but remains in possession of the ball. Hachi again behind it, and Snazzy has been finding a lot of these passes into the box, but no shots and nothing too dangerous. at the end of them. Mr. pressuring Kabi pretty well, even bringing the goalkeeper back into the game here, but nothing too worrisome for Tiki tackle. They still end up in possession. Facepalm, very long ball up the field, and it will find its target. Drizzy there. McKeon quite free, and he's just going to be completely alone, pretty much in the goalkeeper's box, tapping the ball away. 4-0 for Tiki tackle. 9-1 the total aggregate. Stemrick. Or to Juidos. Mirazu tries to gain some ground before Drizzy tackles him. And Mr. It's stopped, but OG at least gets one back here. Snazzy's honor goal is there at least. It's going to be 10 minutes left inside the game. It looks very unlikely that Snazzy will get 4 more, but what do you know? Miraz gets through, maybe can go for a shot himself, and he does. It's second for Snazzy's, and that came out of nowhere. 4-2. The lead is still there for Tiki tackle, but the game somehow got a lot more nervous after the first goal of Snazzy's. They probably didn't expect that very well. Marek nicely led Mr. there, but the cross wasn't too good and goes straight at the goalkeeper. Long ball in. You can see Snazzy just going up with all men right now. They want these goals. They rather concede more, which probably means the game's over and the series over. But I definitely want more. You can see they're hungry. Tiki tackle, 5th goal right now. Facepalm easily getting it. Just bagging it for himself. Stemry cuts it away. OG, he's just wavering around. Flickering, didn't know what to do, probably thinking he was offside. Wasted a good attack opportunity right now for Snazzy's. There's minutes at play here, and Facepalm clears it off the line. It's going to be McKeon on the attack. Stemrick right by his side. Cappy played opened. Chuidos trying to mark him. Cappy cuts inside, tries to get another sneaky shot off. McKeon's there, finding Cappy again. And so perfect 1-2 plays from Tiki tackle coming out. And that hits the crossbar, but Drizzy was offside anyways. Tweedos, just long balls needed now, but Marek's there like a wall, stopping this. Facepalm brings it up, long ball right through, piercing the line. Tweedos is there, but the referee will be bringing the play back over to Tiki tackle's half, and it's gonna be game over. 5-2, and that's gonna be it then. Tiki tackle have made it straight into the semi-finals as the first team. Congratulations to them, as we're seeing other games still being played. Kiak in the lead in their second game of the series as well against Special Forces, so Special Forces most likely are getting eliminated from the cup. And Not a Crew are in the lead against New Factories, so we might see a third game there. Go check that out in game if you want to. That's Reina signing off today. Thank you guys for joining.